Yo, what's going on? And welcome back to another Genshin Impact video. And today we're going to be doing something a little bit different, something that I've never actually done before. And that is we're going to be rolling on the weapon banner. Now, as you can see here, I have Hu Tao, and we're currently in the new Hu Tao banner. I've had Hu Tao since the first time she came out. And finally, I've decided that I've been saving a whole lot. You can see how many Primo Gems I have up here, how many wishes, and I have a whole bunch of Masterless Star Glitter as well. So I have a whole bunch of wishes saved up. There are a few characters that I think are on the horizon that I might be looking for. But I think that one way that I can really make my account a lot better is with some 5-star weapons. Now, a little bit ago, we did pull a 5-star pole arm that I put on my Raiden Shogun. I haven't really used her yet, but we pulled that from the standard banner. Now, the weapon banner is a little bit of a different beast because you can't get 5-star characters here. You can only get 5-star weapons. Plus, it's a little bit different than how the limited character banners work. So in the limited character banners, you always are guaranteed the character on your second pity. Now, with the weapon banner, a few things have changed with the weapon banner to make it so you can actually guarantee what you want now. But previously, you had a 75% chance to get one of the two weapons that was on the banner, a 25% chance to get something else. And that was it. You had no guarantees. You could get the same banner weapon over and over and over and over and just never get one weapon, which is kind of a shame. But now they've made some changes to how the weapon banner works, and we're going to start with the epitomized path here. So the thing that I want from this weapon banner is the Staff of Homa, because it works very well with Hu Tao, and it will make my Hu Tao a lot stronger. I've been working on changing her gear around a little bit, like improving its crit stats and stuff. So Staff of Homa will help with that. I have been using the Battle Pass weapon, so previously I had crit rate, but Staff of Homa is going to give crit damage, so I'll need to modify my build to have more crit rate in it to make up for that. But anyways, we're going to go ahead and pick the Staff of Homa as our epitomized path weapon. And what happens here is once you chart a course, you will obtain one fate point when you get a 5-star weapon that isn't the one we picked. So say we get Elegy or we get something completely random, we will get 1 point towards this. Once we have, I think it's 2 points. Once you have 2 points, your next one will be the 5-star weapon that you chose. You still have to get to that pity. So let's go ahead, choose this. And so now, on our third pity, we are guaranteed to get the Staff of Homa. Obviously, you can cancel this to switch it to the other weapon if you decide you want to go for the other weapon. And every time we pull a Staff of Homa, it won't increase this. But pretty much, this is just our failsafe now. We have something that will make sure that we get a Staff of Homa today. Now, what we're going to do is we are going to roll until we get a Staff of Homa. Now, maybe we'll get it early and we won't have to make use of this. Maybe we won't, and we will have to go all the way. Either way, I'm looking forward to pulling a bunch of weapons and stuff. Some of these other ones look pretty good. And if I get an Elegy along the way, I will also be happy with that. That's one thing about this weapon banner is it's a very good weapon banner. Like the the consolation prize is not bad. It's a really good prize. If you have a Venti, it's going to be fantastic on him, and I think you could also make use of it on official as well. Pretty much everyone is going to have official, or most people will at this point. But yeah, both of these great options, but I want the Staff of Homa today. So we're going to look at how the banner works real quick, just so we know what is going to happen. So with our percent 5-star drop items, we have 75% chance to get one of these when we get a 5-star, and then these 4 stars, same thing, 75% chance to get these. Now the thing about the weapon banners is you are guaranteed a 5-star in 80 attempts, unlike the character banners, which are 90. So that does give you a little bit of a faster 5-star. So in theory, if everything goes horribly wrong, and we're looking at this epitomized path down here, it could take up to 240 summons to get the weapon that you want, which is a lot. Obviously, we have enough for that up here. So I'm not too concerned with actually making sure that we can get it. But make sure you take that into account. A character is 2 times 90, which is 180. Obviously, you'll probably get it a little bit faster than that, but a weapon is 3 times 80, which is 240. So be aware that it is more summons to get a weapon, and if the weapon isn't useful for you, then like I wouldn't roll out weapon banners. This is the first time I've rolled on a weapon banner for a reason, and that is because it's never really been worth it. Weapon banners in the past were a huge scam, and now with the guarantee, they're kind of still a scam. But if it's good enough for you in a case like this where both of the weapons are fantastic and I can make use of both of them, I do see this as being a benefit. Plus, I've saved up enough to still be able to get characters I want after this. So let's go ahead and get started. We'll be doing probably mostly 10 pulls here, and we'll see what we can get. We're looking for some good 4-star weapons as well. Some refinements for Sacrificial Sword, which is on this banner, would be fantastic. And we're starting out with this bow. I'm not exactly sure if I wanted the bow or not, because if we're gonna get Elegy, like I already have bows, like the stringless, that are good for the bow characters that I use. So really, unless I get Elegy, I don't think this bow is going anywhere on any of my stuff. It's got attack percent, elemental burst is increased by 0.12% of everyone's maximum energy. Is that right? I can't remember exactly how it works, but yeah, I don't really have a character that's going to be using that bow, but there is some other stuff on here like the Sacrificial Sword and maybe this lance that could be quite good. Widsith I actually already have fully refined, so I'm not that concerned with that one. Okay, so we are at 20. We're going to keep track a little bit, but we're also going to try and get through this. There's a Widsith already. And if we could get some early 5 stars would be nice, just because we're pretty much aiming for the 5 stars. That lance would be nice and Sacrificial Sword would be nice. Other than that, we're not looking for too much out of this. We are accruing more of this Masterless Star Glitter, which will let us buy more summons in the long run. So that's one good thing about this banner, although I think character banners probably end up giving you more. Ooh, there's a Sacrificial Sword already. This is really good for me just because I only have an R2 Sacrificial Sword. So if you getting refinements on Sacrificial Sword is fantastic, just because the proc rate goes up, and I think it goes up to a maximum of 100%, which is cool. But the real thing that changes for you is the cooldown on you being able to proc it goes down, which means that more often your skill will be able to proc it. And once you get to that's kind of interesting that we got a 4-star character here as well. But once you get it to like R5, essentially your skill is always going to have the chance to proc it. But before that, you might, on your second skill use, you might not actually even have the chance to proc it, just because it's not off cooldown again. And we got quite a bit of Masterless Star Glitter because I do have an R or a C6 Barbara already. So we're now at 40 summons. You can see we're not getting any early 5 stars. Not yet, at least. So we're going to grind through all of these, and we'll see what our first 5-star is pretty soon. Rain Slasher, I don't think is very good. Not very excited for that. I don't even know if I had a Rain Slasher. I may already have. Definitely not a weapon I'm looking to get from here or use, but that's okay. We're going for our 50 summons now. Let's see if we can pull a 5-star. Still not 5-star, huh? Unfortunate. So you can see how we're throwing a lot of summons at it. We did get the Wavebreaker's Fin. I like at least having one of those because I think I might be able to make use of it. I just don't know exactly who on quite yet, but it does seem like it's a weapon with a lot of potential. Oh, we got 2 of them. Interesting. Some more black tassels for those really weird Zhongli builds. So let's keep going. We're now at 60. I'm not sure, because on regular character banners, you kind of expect to get your 5-star around 75. Yeah, sometimes it takes you longer. But around 75 is where you expect to see it. So I'm not really sure what the number is on a weapon banner. If it's like around 65 because there's less towards pity, if it's still around 75, or what we're actually looking at. But anyways, we did get another bow, and we're racking up Masterless Star Glitter. Since we started, we've probably gotten about 3 extra summons or something. So here we go for 70, right? And there is a 5-star. So we'll kind of see where the 5-star is in here because that will affect our next pity. And we could, I mean, it could just be the Staff of Homa and we could be done, but we'll see. It okay, I mean, I'm gonna keep my word. I said that once we get the Staff of Homa, we are done. What do we have on our next pity? 1, we got 2, we got 3, we got 4, we got 5. So we got 5 into our next pity. So the next time I choose to roll on a weapon banner, we will have 5 towards our next pity. But we did get the Staff of Homa. We got very lucky because if you think about what the odds were when we talked about it, we have a 75% chance to get one of these. You have to pretty much assume that the odds to get both of these are even. I don't think that they could make them uneven. So that's why the Staff of Homa, essentially, you have about a 37.5% chance to get the weapon that you're looking for. In this case, we were looking for Staff of Homa, and we got Staff of Homa. We could have very easily gotten Elegy for the end, or we could have had a 25% chance to get any of the 5-star weapons that are on here. Amos bow would have been cool. Other than that, there's not too many fantastic weapons here. Wolf's Gravestone's always good. Some of the Skyward weapons can be pretty good, assuming you have a good character for them. But yeah, that is pretty much the weapon banner for you. Now you see, since we rolled Staff of Homa, we do not make progress towards getting this guaranteed Staff of Homa, which is something to keep in mind if you're trying to refine the weapon. Anytime you actually pull said weapon, you will not be making progress towards the guaranteed one. So that's kind of how it goes. Now, again, this weapon banner is, I think, an exception for most weapon banners. A lot of times you'll have a good weapon that you want combined with kind of a garbage weapon. But in this case, we had 2 really good weapons, and I have characters that will be using both weapons. So even getting the consolation prize would have been perfectly fine with me, and I would definitely consider that when you are rolling for your own weapons. Because the weapon banner, it's not as cool to have a weapon as it is a character most of the time, in my opinion. Now you can see here I have the deathmatch, but we are probably going to switch to Staff of Homa, which will involve me switching around my artifacts and stuff a little bit. I don't even know if I have the stuff to actually upgrade the Staff of Homa, but this is essentially my next project right now. I've been working on improving my Hu Tao, and I really wanted to get Staff of Homa just because I know it will make her a lot better. Plus, if I'm not using her, I could always slap this on my Zhongli. So I essentially have 2 characters, one of which is almost always going to be in use to be using this weapon because this is such a good all-around weapon that pretty much anyone can make use of it. Obviously, Elegy of the End is a little bit more specific. So if we had gotten that, I do have a few characters that it could go on, namely Fischl or Venti. But keep that in mind when you're rolling on the weapon banner. You want to get as much value as you can for your wishes, and you're not always going to get this lucky where we got what we were looking for immediately. Sometimes it might take you all 240 summons in theory to get the weapon that you're looking for, so you have to be prepared to actually be spending that much. Today we got off easy, I think. We did it in, I think, 65 pulls to get our 5-star, and it just happened to be this 5-star that we wanted. And yeah, that is going to do it for our first look into the weapon banner. I would advise that you do your research and spend some time thinking before you actually get a weapon. Pretty much what I did is the reason that the video is not coming out at the very beginning of the banner, you can see that there is only 10 days left on the banner, 11 days in theory or whatever. I waited for the update video of the next patch. to tell me what characters were coming in the next patch so I could get an idea of what weapons were coming, if there's any character that I must have in the next patch. I waited for it. And so what we saw coming in the next patch was Arataki Ito, which I don't think I'm going to roll for just because I'm not that interested. Albedo, I think Albedo's kind of cool, but I don't think I'm going to roll for him. He's not that popular of a character anyways. And then Eula, which is a character I am interested in, but I already have Eula. The only thing I need to consider then is that her weapon might be coming as well. So I did think today I was going to roll for Staff of Homa. Maybe I would get a 5-star Great or Claymore along the way, like Wolf's Gravestone or something, which would be great on her as well. And then I don't have to roll for her weapon. I do already have some good options for her. So I took all that into consideration when choosing to roll for Staff of Homa today. And I like to wait as long as you possibly can. Obviously, there's still 10 days left here, but sometimes I might wait till like the last 2 days of a banner before I've actually made my decision on if I'm going to pull. And then I have as much information to work with as possible. I know what's coming in the future. I know if I have enough saved up for all those things that I want, or if there's nothing that I want, then I kind of know that I am safe to roll for a little bit and I can kind of calculate how much I'm going to be able to save up before something could potentially come up that I do want in the future. But anyways, that is going to do it for this one. Good summon session. First time we've ever touched the weapon banner. I would keep all of this in mind when you're rolling on your weapon banners as well. You're not always going to get this lucky, but if you do, it can be nice. Especially since I was prepared to like spend a full 240 and I walk out spending only 65, or I guess I spent 70, but we have 5 pity towards the next one. I walk out spending less than a third of what I expected. Um, so that's really nice because it means all of that is just pure savings for me, right? I can start saving up for the next stuff that I want. That's going to do it for this one. Hopefully you enjoyed. Hopefully you found this useful. Maybe it'll help you make some better decisions in the future. And I will see you next time.